This is going to be the last video I make about the whole TJ Maxx situation. Like I said in one of my other videos, I feel like a lot of you guys missed the point of that video, like, entirely.
All right, guys, this is Old School Will coming back at you. I got another good one for you. It's called tattoos. And I definitely want to get your opinions on whether you think it's appropriate or if it's discrimination if a person goes out to try to find a job anywhere from Taco Bell to Kohl's or Target or anywhere, and they're just tatted down from the forehead all the way down to their tiptoes, I guess. Would it be discrimination if that potential employer come up with an excuse as to not to hire you? And I'm really curious about this because you're going to see some ladies on this video that are, well, I'm going to leave that up to you because I have my opinions, but my discussions are about getting input from you, the people that are making me look good. This is a topic that we don't talk about that much, but when you see these young ladies, and there's one in particular who's you will see for yourself. So I'm not going to talk you to death. So let's go ahead and let's get started on this video as far as is it really discrimination when an employer does not hire you because of especially your facial tattoos? Let's get into it.
So I applied for a job at TJ Maxx a few weeks ago, and they denied my application. They couldn't even call me. They just sent me some automated email. So I went in today and I was like, so what was the reason I didn't get hired? And she was like, oh, like, you just, like, don't have enough experience. There was candidates that had, like, more experience than you. And,
All right, guys, before you get your feelings hurt, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments on this one, I want you to first put yourself in the mood. You're a business owner. You have you have $1 million per annual income coming in on this particular business, and you're very, very proud of it. Let's take your emotions out of what we're seeing here and what we're hearing. Then you come to the conclusion as to what you will do. First of all, this young lady she made a lot of different life decisions as far as, I guess, looking like this. And now she comes into your business and she wants a job. Or it could be a man or teenager. I'm more sure she's not a teenager, but she's tatted up like this with the demonic symbols. And in my day, I'm going to call it like this. In my day, we call those bull rings because bulls had those rings in their nose, and that's how the farmer would pull them around, take them around the farm and all that other good stuff. And it's going to be up to you as to whether or not you decide on whether or not you're going to hire this individual without having a lawsuit filed against you for discrimination. So, what are you going to do? I mean, this is on you now.
I asked her if it was about my tattoos, obviously, because I know a lot of places don't like tattoos. She said that wasn't the reason. I don't feel like that's true.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you want to tattoo the mess out of your face, be my guest. There is no law against inking your neck with demon symbols or scrawling all kinds of occult imagery across your forehead, just like there's no law against putting 40 studs through your cheeks and your lips or dyeing your eyeballs green. If you're a dude who wants to strut around in fishnet stockings, or if you're a woman who wants to dress up like a cat and meow at everybody, that's not illegal. Supremely stupid, but not illegal. But please, for the love of all that is holy, stop demanding that the rest of us accommodate your insanity. You did what you did to be different. Congratulations, mission accomplished. So if TJ Maxx doesn't want you to be the face of their store for their customers, maybe go see if the circus has any openings.
And another thing I must say, would you be afraid to check out at the register if this particular individual or any individual that's tatted up like this? Would you check out at that register, or would you kind of look twice and turn around and say, "I think I'll go to a different register"? What would you do? This is a touchy subject here.
Hey guys, update. I didn't get the job. I just got the email. I'm guessing my parents had a lot to do with it.
Listen up.
With that other young lady, at first I thought that was a birthmark until I started looking real close, and I said, no, she decided that she wanted to change what Almighty gave her. And this young lady here is a beautiful young lady, but for the life of me, I don't understand why.
Doctors, nurses, they work hundreds of unpaid clinical hours, and it's literally part of their degree. They go to school, they do their clinicals, they work a job or three. There's so many single moms that are nurses. They all have fucking kids. They all do it and they all figure it out. And they're hella badass for it. Tattoo apprentices do not need to be paid $20 an hour.
I have never seen a doctor with their faces tatted up like this. I've seen them with tattoos on their arms and on their legs and sometimes on their chest. The men, of course. Yeah, right. But anyhow, I've never seen them with tattoos on their face at the hospital, and I worked there for over 10 years when I was doing security. But folks, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Beautiful individuals doing this to themselves. Is something going on or something wrong? Like I said before, take your emotions out of what you're thinking right now and put yourself in that spot of a business person that owns a business, and your business rely on your customers coming in. And if your customers get offended toward what they're seeing, guess what? Your revenue is going to go way down. And now you're going to have to take action as far as what you're going to do. Do you want to face a lawsuit, or you want to lose all your customers? You make that decision.
Get a fucking job.
In my 30s, I want to stop working because I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of tats I want to get, but I can't get them because of certain jobs.
Who said? There's doctors with tattoos now.
I can't go to no corporate job with a whole neck tat.
And why can't you? People are doing it now. You'd be surprised.
This young lady here, if you notice, she's trying to give advice to this guy about tattoos, and as far as what I'm seeing, she doesn't have a tat on her anywhere. So how does she have the audacity to be able to stand here on a podcast and give advice to someone else? Am I right or am I wrong? Let's see what you say in the comments on this.
You know, we're in a sensitive era and a stereotype.
No, I think the world is changing. I think the world is changing. I think
it's getting more sensitive.
Because a lot of people are being themselves and have tattoos all over. There's plenty of doctors that have stepped out and shown.
Not no higher type of jobs.
You say you want to do IT. You want to do IT, so you're going to be behind the computer majority of the time. For that. From behind the computer? Why can't you?
When I lock in, then I'll probably do it.
Okay, makes sense.
Once it's settled, I'll probably do it.
I'll put some makeup.
To get into
makeup,
I'm not
spray your neck, spray. You'll be good.
She said we were going to blow the competition away. And I really hope she doesn't mean literally, because we could get disqualified.
This is going to be the last video I make about the whole TJ Maxx situation. Like I said in one of my other videos, I feel like a lot of you guys missed the point of that video, like, entirely. I was not just talking about people with tattoos and piercings having a struggle finding work. I also talked about younger people who don't have job experience yet because they're 16 years old, getting denied jobs because they don't have experience. Yes, I knew face and neck tattoos were gonna make my job search a little difficult. You guys are acting like I didn't know that at all. I'm not trying to be a doctor, I'm not trying to be a lawyer, and I'm not trying to work for the federal government. I was trying to work for TJ Maxx, a retail store that pays minimum wage. And to all these people commenting on my videos, stitching my videos, being like, oh, I wouldn't hire you. I didn't ask you to hire me. I asked TJ Maxx to hire me. So I don't know why you even think that comment is relevant. But when these places are only paying minimum wage, I don't feel like they should have the right to be super picky about how people look. You know, I get that I have tattoos and piercings, but I
have to stop her right there. And I also don't think she has a right to come in there and force her decisions on my business if I were the one that owned that business. This is a two-way street. Your decisions are your decisions, but I should not have to suffer behind your decisions. Okay.
Have clothes that are acceptable for a job like that. I also have good hygiene. I take very good care of my skin. Like, I'd be an acceptable worker. And the people saying that kids would be scared of my tattoos and old ladies would be scared of my tattoos, honestly, get over yourself. Like, really.
Honestly, I'm just staring at that thing on her neck. I'm not even hardly looking at her in the face because that looked like that's one of those demonic faces. And there's no way you can cover all of that up if you had a job in the public. I mean, look at the forehead and the nose ring and the arms tattoos. You can usually cover that up with long sleeves, but why? I know I'm saying it multiple times, but I'm old school.
Being scared of my tattoos is a you problem, not a me problem. And I have never seen kids scared of my tattoos. I've actually had kids come up to me in stores and stuff and say that they like my body work. But tattoos, piercings, colored hair does not equal less professionalism in the workplace. It does not define our work skills. It does not define our work ethic. With all these stitches and duets I saw, you guys were just like bashing my appearance. Like, you guys did not even have any valid points, to be honest. I want to see a video that could somehow explain how people with tattoos, piercings, and colored hair cannot do their job. I would love to see that attempted. And you know, I get it. Not everyone's gonna like my tattoos. That's fine. It's not for everyone. But I shouldn't not be able to get a job because you don't like my tattoos. If you guys actually picked up the Satanic Bible and read it, it's by Anton LaVey, there's nothing evil in that book. And you know, I get there is some dark imagery. With Satanism, you know, like how this looks, the Baphomet on my chest, but none of it has like actually evil meanings. And if you guys want me to, I can make a video explaining about what all of the symbols mean. And another thing I want to talk about too is how everyone's saying I have a bad attitude. How would you guys feel if you woke up to your TikTok having thousands of hate comments, hateful videos? Like, am I not valid for my reaction? I'm a human being. I'm allowed to be upset about things. You know, a lot of influencers on here will just take the hate and not address it. That's not me. Another thing I want to talk about is my debt. Yes, I make $500 payments on my car every month. I want to know what 23-year-old would just have 28 grand sitting around to just throw at a car right now with how the economy is.
Young lady, that's called life. When you get from underneath mommy and daddy, you have to go out and you have to live You have to make life for yourself. You have decisions to make, and evidently you're making a lot of good ones here. It seems like $500 car payment today in today's society. Hey, that's cheap. That's real cheap. Your decision making needs a little work here, young lady. Well, it needs a lot of work.
And yes, I maybe spent some of my money wrong, but I also used my credit cards to pay essential bills like grocery shopping or my Wi-Fi bill, utilities, whatever. But y'all are treating me like I'm the only American that has debt. You are treating me like the only person that has made bad spending choices. And then with the dependent comments, I'm not gonna take that, like, at all. My husband gets housing allowance, so yes, he's gonna pay for housing. And we take turns paying for groceries and laundry. I make my own car payment, I pay my own debt, I pay the Wi-Fi, and I pay for my own shopping, and I also pay for my own tattoos and piercings. He doesn't pay for that stuff. Y'all are acting like military paychecks could keep up with the shopping that I like to do and the tattoos and piercings that I get pretty frequently. One other thing that he covers for me is health insurance because the military gives that to him. And yes, I wanted a part-time job to pay off my debt a little bit quicker. What is wrong with that? I do OF and I do Uber Eats and I'm paying off my debt as much as I can. What is wrong with me wanting to speed up the process with that by getting another job?
What is wrong with this is your decision to do what you're doing, because I'm more than sure if you didn't have all of that, you wouldn't have a problem getting a job at TJ Maxx or wherever you wanted to. You have to prepare yourself for life. And evidently, yeah.
You guys are saying I have an entitled attitude. You guys don't like my attitude. I don't care if people on the internet don't like me. I have people in real life that like me, and that's all that matters. Because I'm probably never gonna meet any of you face to face. Bottom line with all of this, though, is that people...
No, the bottom line is, why are you ironing your laundry in cyberspace on social media, telling everybody about your problems and everything? That's the number one problem there. If you're looking for a job, why are you out here? Why are you? All right, Will, get your words together here. Why are you advertising? You're telling everybody your business. I mean, I'm not going to go on TikTok or Facebook or YouTube and tell everybody about the things I'm doing in life. That makes absolutely zero sense. So what are you doing?
People with tattoos, piercings, and colored hair should not be discriminated against in the workplace. No one is less professional because they decide to get tattoos, piercings, and colored hair. Actually, one more thing I want to address now that I think about it. So you guys say that you don't want to see me work customer service. Fine. I'm going to be self-employed and do...
Let me give you a piece of advice as to what employers are doing now to get around that. You walk in looking like what you're looking right now. That employer is not going to say, well, we're not going to hire you because of all your tattoos. They're going to say, I'm not going to hire you because you're inexperienced, or if you have a bad attitude, or anything of that nature. That's how they're going to get around not hiring you. You did this to yourself. You didn't think this all the way through. Tattoos, I'm not a tattoo person. I don't have a mark on my entire body other than one operation on my arm. But that was my choice. This is your choice to do what you're doing. And now you're crying to the public because of your decisions. That's what I have issue with. But as I said, employers are going to get around not hiring you by saying you're not qualified or you're overqualified. This is part of life, and evidently you haven't learned anything about how life works, but you're about to find out.
OF and Uber Eats. And yet, some of you guys are still shaming me for doing OF. Like, what do you want from me? You don't want me to work a regular job, but then you're going to shame me for being self-employed. Like, what do you guys want me to do then? And you guys think I'm only making $5 off of each person. That is not the case. And you guys, I guess, just don't understand how OF works. I get tips on there, people pay for customs, and they pay for videos completely separately. With all of this too, you guys have made me realize I never want to work in the customer service industry now because I don't want to deal with people like you guys. So I'm going to keep getting my job stopper.
Well, you just answered that attitude problem. It seemed like things are kind of changing here because you're getting mad because of the decisions you made. Don't get mad at us behind that. You're going to have to live with this unless you find a way to erase a lot of the stuff that I'm looking at as far as you trying to get a good job. I wish you the best on that.
And I'm going to live authentically me. I really hope that you guys can learn to be accepting of other people's lifestyle choices that doesn't affect you at all and to just be more kind. The world is in a really dark place right now,
and you said it doesn't affect us at all. If you're running a business and you run off the customers, I guarantee you that will definitely affect my bottom dollar as far as revenue. And yeah, you're wrong on that answer there.
We don't need more hate going around. If anything, we need unity. And I also want to give a shout out to people in my comments that have been kind to me. I see you guys. I appreciate all of the nice things that you're saying to me. Like I said, this is the last video I'm making about this issue. I'm not speaking on it again. I want to go back to my regular content, like Hello Kitty stuff, tattoos and piercings. That's what my page is supposed to be, not drama like this.
Don't listen to what those haters got to say. You're beautiful the way you are. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Look at that, man. Look at my baby mama. If you ain't repping your baby daddy like that, then what's wrong with you? Y'all be trying to talk about my baby mama delusional. Look at that. Bitch, you can't conversate with my baby mama, bitch. That's right. You gotta conversate with me. Look at her. I told the bitch, I said, bitch, stop talking when I'm speaking. I told the bitch, I said, hey, take one of your eyebrows off. She did that. I said, hey, cut your hair. She did that. I said, hey, dye your hair green. She did that. This is build a bitch. This is my girl. Look at her. Turn to the side, ho. Turn to the side. I stay cheating. I do what I want, but I'm going to tell you one thing. My baby mama gonna always be a young little baby mama. Ain't that right?
I know that's right.
All right, hey.
Yeah, Daddy.
You a good girl. I got you a leash. Pick it up. Pick it up. It's right here. Nah. It's over here. Grab the leash. I got you. When I get to the house, you know what time it is. You a doggy, bitch.
I just got this neck tattoo. It's not finished. It's supposed to go gradient down lower. And I'm having a whole entire identity crisis because it slightly, nobody else would ever probably notice but me, but it slightly alters the shape of my face.
I'm going to need therapy after this video, folks. I'm really going to need therapy. I think I'm going to look up a doctor after we finish up with this. Yeah, I think I will.
And I feel like it's not me. And y'all are probably like, well, what do you think you're gonna get? It's a bold tattoo. I drew it on, painted it on so many times. But the difference is, when I drew it on and colored it on, I would always, like, when you lift your head super far back, you can kind of see where your jawline is, like your throat. And I would always follow that. So it would always be below my jaw, not over. And I told her that, but it's okay. And that ever so slight difference of it being below my jaw instead of over my jaw made a world of difference. Because if it's on my actual face, like that's part of my cheek. My jaw does like this little motion here. You can't see it, it's rounded off. So I feel like my face is smothering into my neck. Anyways, I'm just having a hard time coming to terms with this, but this is my face now.